If you're looking for the book version of a fun slasher, like Scream for instance, I think that the Clown in a Cornfield series is probably a good place to go. And I recently finished the most recent installment in that series, Clown in a Cornfield 3, Church of Frendo. I am delighted by the way in which this series is progressing. And what I like a lot is that it is a fast-paced slasher-style horror that also manages to include some extremely relevant social commentary, which only feels like it is becoming more relevant as time goes on. At first glance, it has those small town terror aspects of one of the classics like Halloween, also the tried and true youth versus unforgiving masked predator trope like Friday the 13th. But as the series progresses, especially through book 2 and up through book 3, it adds the best notes of something like Scream, and in book 3 sprinkles in a little bit of some Texas Chainsaw Massacre or even the better parts of Children of the Corn. And this might sound like a lot, but the pace and the overall arc of our final girl in this series, Quinn Maybrook, makes it all work very well. Book 3 picks up with our main character, Quinn Maybrook, having just survived another encounter with our main villain, Frendo the Clown. And if you haven't read the first or second book, I won't spoil who Frendo the Clown truly is, because that is one of the most important aspects and unique qualities of a slasher series like Clown in a Cornfield. And despite those multiple run-ins, we know that it will not be her last. She's tired of seeing innocent people hurt, she's tired of being hunted herself, so she kind of goes vigilante hero on us and decides that the only way to beat this horror is to take justice into her own hands and stop the Frendo followers herself. Little does she expect that she's going to end up encountering the most dangerous foes yet, the true believers who have formed a sort of cult around the existence, the symbol, the representation of our slasher villain, Frendo the Clown. And this is where the Children of the Corn comparison feels the most right. I'm not talking about the still film adaptation of it, but rather that core concept of a community founded on old world principles, the cult-like aspects of it where they separate themselves from modern society. And it might sound extreme, but I feel like it feels appropriate and properly led up to, because you can trace this progression from book 1, simply Frendo the Clown sort of representing the maintaining of the status quo, to book 2, where he more so represents a cultural figurehead to get behind, all the way to this cult-like representation in book 3. When I read this, I thought I was reading the final installment in a trilogy. And I won't spoil any of it, but the ending definitely indicated more of a continuation. And that was only solidified when I saw that the author indicated that he was already working on the 4th book, and that further contextualizes the Scream comparison that I would make with this series, especially when you think about where things are probably headed based on the title of what will be the 4th book. I highly recommend this series, and I think most horror fans will get a kick out of it.